Tri-Cities Basketball Circuit, episode 3, Becoming the Blueprint, here with Taylor Luce, 2 times. One of my players for Columbia Unknown Basketball, playing right now at Southridge High School. This is your junior season, class of 2027, correct? I wanted to invite you in for this interview. I think it's kind of like, it's almost symbolic of like our girls program and our team, because you're the first girl that I get to interview. You're also the reason why I really basically have started a girls basketball program. I've known you for a couple years now, but I think one of the things I wanted to do with this interview is kind of get to know your whole basketball journey. So talk to us about when you started playing the game of basketball.
I started playing in about first grade, and I played on a Parks and Rec team. My dad's been my coach since I was in first grade, but he stopped coaching me at about 8th grade, I think. But yeah, I played Parks and Rec, and then I played on an AAU team called TCU, then started playing with Southridge. At
what point did you say, I kind of want to be really, really good and take basketball more serious?
To be honest, I don't remember much from first grade, but I knew that I loved basketball. Like, I loved being in the gym. But probably about 3rd grade, I started like loving it a lot and being super serious about it. Yeah, so I'd say probably 3rd grade.
Playing from 1st to 8th grade, you said your dad was the coach. I haven't heard much of these stories, but what was that like, player-coach relationship-wise, father-daughter? Was he super hard on you? Was he, was it hard to be coached by your dad? Was it super fun? Is it something that you miss? Like, kind of talk to us more about that.
Yeah, I really liked having my dad as my coach, but it wasn't like, some people are like, yeah, my dad's my coach, like I get favored. My dad did not favor me at all. He treated me like everyone else. But I liked having that connection as like a coach too. I can be like, tell him like, hey, can we do this at practice? So like kind of having, transparency with him. But yeah, I do miss having him as my coach, but I think it's good to
start fresh.
Start fresh.
When we were starting the team, I talked to, your mom and your dad, and one thing your dad's mentioned, like, he loved coaching you and a lot of the girls that are either a part of our team or our program, but not that he didn't want to do it anymore, but he knew you guys needed that transition. Yeah. So most kids, the most fearful thing they have after playing bad is the ride home after a basketball game. Not only you got to ride back with your parent, but he's the coach. Was that ever a hard thing for you? Was it a hard thing for you guys? Like, kind of talk about like that factor in it with the player coach.
No, to be honest, my dad, if I had a bad game, my dad wouldn't talk to me after the game, because I just think he just knew that I wasn't in like a good mood, so he would wait until we got home, like we ate dinner and stuff, and then kind of talk to me about the game, which I was really happy about, to get myself like a second to calm down, because I think that's like after a game and you're being told like this is what you should have done wrong, all that, like yeah, I know. I think he knew that I knew what I did wrong and what the team needed to be doing, but I never really feared the drive home with him.
Did you guys like play for state and stuff like that? Like Washington State, was that a thing for you guys when you were like 4th through 8th grade?
No, we started doing that, well, I guess we did in 7th or 8th grade.
Okay. Talk about that experience. How was that for you? Like, that's kind of like your last transition before going into high school ball.
I did play for Northwest Elite, which is with a lot of my players for Southridge right now. We ended up going to state. We didn't like rank very high at all, but that was really fun, and like, cause I joined that team after being with my TCU team. And so it was brand new for me, but it was a really good experience getting to know all these new girls. Yeah, it was really fun. We didn't do very well, but it was a good learning experience, yeah.
Good to know. Some good stuff I didn't know before. Now let's get into the stuff I do know. I met you, I think, after your freshman season. You and Yazzie, you guys came into trainings, and normally I start with, asking kids their goals, and with high school kids, I get to ask, like, what happened the season before? One of the reasons I wanted to kind of bring you in for Becoming the Blueprint, like, you're you're still fairly young as far as like in your high school career. You're barely going into your junior year. You have your senior year left. But I think you and the class of girls you're with in your program have become like the blueprint of what success can look like for the Southridge girls program going forward. Because your freshman year, you guys didn't win a lot. Like 2-3 games maybe in league type deal.
2.
And I have a joke with you about it. I mean, shoot, till this day. And then the next season, you know, you guys were, I think, middle of the pack. You know, if I'm correct, maybe a game away from going to state or something like that. So a complete 360. And obviously you guys have expectations now, but talk about that journey going to your freshman year, because you're a freshman, you're playing varsity, you're a starter, you know, you're probably one of the main players on the team. Talk about that transition, like going from 8th grade right into varsity basketball, and how hard it was, maybe how easy it was, or I don't want to say it was easy because you weren't winning, but, you know, just talk about that year in general.
Well, my 8th grade year, during the summer, I was playing with the team a lot, and I'd say a lot of the girls that were already on varsity were either like not fully basketball players or not like super committed, and so it was just like, it was me and Joan and like Naomi, like it was just, we were all 8th graders playing against all these like high teams, and so the summer was kind of, it opened my eyes to like, this is how I need to be, like I need to step it up. My freshman year, it was definitely hard just being a leader as a freshman, because I wanted it so bad. Like I wanted to win, I wanted to compete, but like the energy was off with a lot of the girls, I think, and so it was really tough just being so young, competing against all these seniors, all these really good girls. And so even though we weren't winning, I think it was still a really good learning experience for me.
Yeah.
And has really helped me with how I play and who I am right now.
I think that's a good kind of takeaway from it, because I don't think you can get to where you're at now or even going through your sophomore year if you guys don't go through that 8th grade summer and your freshman year. So, you know, last year, like I mentioned, you guys were middle of the pack team, 1 game away from state. For you as a player, I want you to kind of talk about like some of your goals and expectations for this year coming up individually, not the team. We'll talk about that next, but you know, individually, what are some of like your goals for this season? Because you've been I think you were honorable mention 1 year, and you've been an all-star, you know.
I didn't get honorable mention, I only got
so you have an all-star under your belt, you know, and you've been on varsity for 2 years. So what are your goals? It sounds like getting on that all-league team is one of them.
I would say just being a good example, because we need somebody who can step up and lead, I guess. We don't really have that person because we're all the same age and we've all been playing together. So I think for me, it's really important to be the one to lead by example and just try my hardest at everything I can. Definitely getting better at things I wasn't doing last year, that I knew last year that would help us, but I just didn't have the ability. But working in this off season, I think I do have the ability to do things that I couldn't before, and trying as hard as I can in everything.
I like that answer because it wasn't like stat or accolade based. I mean, you essentially really can't control that. I mean, you've played for me now for a year, you've been training with me. One of my sayings is control what you can control, and I like that answer because you can only control how hard you work, your leadership, you know, what you bring to the table every day as a player, and then, you know, the results and everything else will fall into place. So what are your expectations for the team? Like, what are you thinking for this year?
One really big one is just holding each other accountable. Years past, we've if someone's being told what to do, they're like, don't tell me what to do, you know, but this year I think we have so much potential, and that's the only thing that's gonna hurt us is like not holding each other accountable and like being there for each other and like understanding that we all love each other. We're all trying to do what's best. So I think that's our biggest team goal.
So with us, I say us because I have a lot of girls on the team. So I got girls on the other teams too, so I'm rooting for everybody evenly. But with the Suns being like a team with expectation now, how are you guys kind of handling that? It sounds like you guys kind of are figuring it out as far as the holding each other accountable. I don't want to say people have had this before, but I feel like you guys were a young team, so everybody's figuring out who they are and where they stand. So kind of getting rid of hidden agendas and egos for the betterment of the team. Like, I'm excited to watch you guys play this season. I can't wait to see like everything click. I think everything can click this year. Again, like going into like me having coached, I think probably at least 5 or 6 girls in the program right now. A lot of the reasons why we even started the club team is because, you know, you were a player that I was training and I kind of saw that you needed to play in the spring and the summer because you have goals to play in college and, you know, obviously have a great high school career. What are the differences between AAU basketball and high school basketball?
I think AAU, you're playing for you, I would say. Like, you're on that team because you want to get better personally, but high school, I kind of realized that like everybody's in it together. Like everybody needs to be a part of the team to win. Like there can't just be 1 or 2 people. Like you need the whole entire team to win.
I got a few more questions and I'll open it up to our studio audience. It's not really a question. I just wanted to tell this funny story. Before our first ever AAU game as a team, travel-wise, we were in Grandview. I told all you guys that the first person that I would crash out on and make cry would be Taylor. And we are probably halfway through the game, second quarter, and 2 times, you know, I recognize she's playing a lot, so I'm trying to get her a sub, nobody's fouling. So I finally get her a sub, she comes to the bench, and I actually really go to tell her, I don't wanna say yell, I go to tell her, hey, you gotta sprint back on defense. And she was crying. So I was like, why is she crying? I didn't say anything yet. And I said, yeah, are you good? And I just remember I can't breathe. So you don't have to talk, well, you can talk about that moment. Like, I know it wasn't funny to you at the time. And it was kind of like, I know you're super embarrassed that it happened, but I knew she was gonna be the first player I yelled at or made cry, but I didn't think it was gonna be in that way. Like, what happened? How did you get yourself together to finish out the rest of the tournament that weekend?
Basically I was sick, and so we didn't have as many girls as we usually did, and we're playing up and down, they're pressing us, and I'm like running up and down the court and I can't breathe. I'm like, Tony, get me a sub, please.
I was trying.
But yeah, I just, honestly, I don't really know. I wasn't crying because I was frustrated. I was crying because I could not breathe, so.
That's a story in unknown history that'll go down forever. We got any questions from the studio audience?
Do you think in your basketball career you've reached your full potential, or do you think you still have room to grow?
I think I definitely still have room to grow. I think everybody does. And that's why I just love playing so much. There's always so much more you can learn. Like if I can't get one thing down, like I'll work on it until I get it down, and then I'm like, okay, I want to learn something else. So, yeah.
Are you looking to play basketball in college after high school?
Yeah, I didn't really start putting myself out there until like this year. And so yeah, I've had like a few people reach out to me. I don't really know what I want to do, like where I want to go yet. I'm just kind of going with it, but yeah, that's my goal, to play college.
Okay, I'm gonna just only ask one question on top of that, because one of the reasons why you're even here right now, when we did training, you told me you wanted to go to college. And you went through the year of training, I was like, well, she has a chance. But I said, hey, we gotta take this more serious. So remember we talked, it was me, you, and your mom and dad. We talked, I think it was at Stallion Gym. And then I was like, hey, well, now we're gonna start a team. But if we're gonna start a team, this is much different than, so I guess this isn't really a question, but just kind of telling the audience and, as important as it is for players to kind of identify their path and their journey, it's also as important for coaches like myself, trainers, and people in basketball to help push kids because, to your question, like, yes, she wants to go to college, and even to Dom's question, she has potential, or I think you asked something along the lines of, has she reached her potential? Does she feel like that? And most kids can't see that. We're adults. We kind of can, not to say pave out their path, but we could kind of help them with their journey and their path. So I think it's really important for coaches, high school, AAU, trainers and people like that to, dive into the kids and their futures, because if I don't say those things to you, maybe you don't think college is a thing, maybe you think about it, but like I know for me that I'm trying to help push kids that have that potential and that can do it. I hope that in a couple years we're having another interview, you signing to college, doing it big, high school went great, and everything works out. So it's a wrap on the set, episode 3, Becoming the Blueprint. 2 times, you did good, girl.